Good morning, shed fans. It is early Saturday morning. The friggin' dog has got me up and out of bed. Little bugger. Sorry for the been so long since I've done a video. I've been preoccupied with a few other things. And my last video of mounting me or doing my ital with my Escort Mk1 chassis. So I've done a bit of work on it since the last video. I've cleaned out my wheel arches. And I've mounted the fixing bracket there for the chassis. So in this video I'm going to do the front fixing bracket, and then we're going to do some laps, I hope, and I hope it all goes according to plan. So what I've been doing is I've got some plastic stripping and just glued a couple of bits together and halved one bit and then drilled the plastic and fixed it to my chassis, and then glued it straight into the body to get it in the right place. So I'll be doing the same thing again on this front, on the front half, on the front mounting point when I find a bit of plastic. And then we've got this this body isn't very good. It's not been a very good moulding. Now I thought I'd got it when I went to UKSF, but I didn't. I've got it off eBay. I've got the kit off eBay for it, and it's not, the resin isn't very good, and it's thin in places. Like here, that's how thin it is, because you can see through it in these lines here. So, and then inside the body itself, a lot of it is uneven. It's not flat. So I've had to file a lot of it away and then build a lot of it back up. So it's not fantastic. It's taken a lot more work than what I thought it was going to take just to get it finished. But I'll keep doing a bit and keep going and it'll be done eventually. I'll just sort some of this rubbish out and I'll be back. Right, this is the Plastruct, it's called. I've got it from Model Shop. It is a styrene strip. That's the label. Really strong stuff. You can drill it and screw into it and do all sorts of stuff with it. So I just need to get it like a rough, it hasn't got to be exact right length for the body or anything, just get rough size. I just want to cut it. Right, so that's my piece of plastic I'm going to use. So if we place this on the chassis, roughly where I want it to be, and then we need to drill it. We need to drill it out. We need to drill it and then put some more screws in it. Put some screws in it, fix it to the chassis, and then just keep trial and error. Just keep trying it and erroring it, and cutting a bit off. Right, so I've marked my drill. I've marked my bit of plastic here where my screws are going to go. So if I put this in my little modelling vise, and then I can drill it. So these are quite small drill bits here. I've got to be really careful with these, that you don't snap them. We do take a bit of drilling as well. Yeah, that's all the way through there. Just do this other one. That's that one all the way through. So we'll just test fit these, make sure these screw in. Right, so I've drilled me. I've now managed to get me a bit of plastic drilled out, and I found some decent screws to fix it to the chassis. So we'll fix this in place with these screws. and then we can go from there. That's all I'm doing there, look. Just fixing that block in with these little screws here. So they're nice and tight. Right, so I'm going to put the chassis into here so you can see me bit of plastic don't fit. So I'm going to sand this round and thin this out until I can get it to fit in. So we'll go a sanding block and we'll just sand it. And find the other sanding block. This sanding block's a lot better, a lot bigger. Make sure to work with it. So that's coming off nice, quite quick. Right, so that's rounded now at the front edge there. So we can try that again. Make sure that drops in. That drops in there now. So I'll get another couple of screws and screw my chassis back into the back of it, and then what we can do is glue that. Get a load of glue on that. Get a load of glue on that white block, and then we can call it a day at that, and then just see how it goes. See how that. I just have to wait for that to go off. Wait for glue to go off, and then we should be all right. Yeah, this front edge needs to come off a bit more here. So really it's a trial and error system, really, of trying and fit it, try it type of thing. You got to make sure that you got to make sure that the body's right, that it's square in the body. And what I've got to do is, I've got to get it in quick, because that stuff goes off quick, that 2-pack epoxy resin I'm going to use to screw it together. So I've got to get it in and get it lined up and be happy with it before I to get it in and get it done before glue goes off. So I've got to like be really quick with screwing it down. So I've got a lot of trial and erroring to do to make this fit. So obviously use your breathing apparatus and all that, and don't do what I do just because I'm doing it. Don't mean to say that you should be doing it. I'm not giving you the green light to do it. Right, so like I say, this resin body, it's an absolute nightmare at getting stuff lined up. One minute it looks alright, lined up and everything, and the next minute it's a mile out. There's just so much you've got to take out. There's a lot of resin you've got to take out and move, and then once you've took it out you can't put it back in. So you've got to be like really mega careful with what you're doing. Right. I think I'm happy with that. That's as good as it's going to get, I think. Let's put it this way, it's not going to win any concourse competitions. That's a cert. That's a dead cert. So screws I've found. I've just built a Tamiya RC truck. And I've got a few SPs, spare parts. So I'm using their screws for this. The screws in this are absolutely shocking. The Tamiya, the Scalextric screws, and must be made out of toffee. The screw heads. So if you abuse them, take them in and out too many times, they're absolutely, they shot to bits. They round off. Screws round off really bad. And if you haven't got the right size, if you've got a screwdriver that's slightly too small, that makes it even worse. It just don't play the game at all. So I'll just make sure my screws go in these two holes. And then I'll mix my resin. Come on, you little pig. Right, we're started now. Right, so that's got that. So all I have to do now is just glue that in position. You can see the difference. You can see the difference in the shell. I don't even think the shell's square. Because they're right tight that side. That side's not quite as tight, but look at this wheel arch. That wheel arch is a mile out. It's miles bigger than this one. I just think it's just a poor moulding. But I haven't seen another ital. I haven't seen another ital anywhere. And once I've glued that in position, it ain't coming back out. So I really need to make sure that is square. I'll just thin this out, this wheel arch out. Right, I've done that. I've thinned those two wheel arches out, there and there. In fact, yeah, body's not square. And what I've done is I've gone through just here and I've just gone through resin. And I've tried to thin arches out to make it more realistic instead of having 10 foot of resin. You can see here how thick that resin is over at back end and how thick it is there over this back end. So there's a hell of a lot to take out. But what I'm going to do is now I'm going to mix this resin and I'm going to stick this front bracket in, like this back bracket, and then I'm going to tape it up and then call it a day. And on my next video for this particular job, you should be able to see it going round track. This epoxy resin here, it's just some really cheap stuff from pound shop. From, well, I suppose all pound shops will sell it. Not one particular brand of pound shop where things cost £1. This was really cheap. This was really cheap, this stuff. Just make a mixing stick. It does go off quite quick actually, this. It doesn't hang about, so I'm hoping I've mixed enough. Yeah, that might just be enough. So I'll get these screws in here. Right. Just getting my masking tape. Right, so that's about it, I think. Friggin' masking tape's rubbish. So this is going to be main. This is the biggest ball ache. Is getting this chassis fitted. And the one I got with kit was just like an adjustable, just like a rubbishy adjustable chassis. And you had to provide your own axle and all that, which made it quite difficult to fit because it was too wide, so it didn't even fit under body. So now that's fixed in position there, I'll leave a bit of resin behind so I can see when it's gone off on the mixing board. And that's it. That's the Escort ital chassis swap. So my next few videos will be prepping it and painting it and putting details in it. Well, these are going to be, I've got the windows for it. And you look at that wheel arch, and we're in place. We're roughly in the middle there, that doesn't look too bad. Look at that wheel arch, and you're right far forward. And you look at this front wheel arch, and you're in the middle. And then you look at that wheel arch, you're right far back. The axle's got a bit of end float. It's free enough, and back axle's free enough. So that's all good. So there's a bit of body repair to do. Well, a lot of body repair to do, and there's a lot of prepping and painting to do. So I've got all windows to clean out to get my plastic windows in. I've got black outside windows, front window. It's really rough moulding, really rough. So I'd be, it's not for the faint heart, this, I don't think, this one. If you're not a keen modeller with years of experience, I won't be taking that on. It's not a straightforward job, that one. But we'll see how it goes. Put that to one side. Let that dry for a few hours. It'll go hard. The glue will go hard, but it'll not cure. So we'll leave that to cure. And then come back to it. And mix the rest of this up. Fill it in around gaps. So it mounts it secure, solid. And then I need to, and that's the hardest bit done. Well, most technical bit done, I think. So I've got, in my next videos, we've got a couple of reviewings to do. I've got a what's in the box, that one to review, brand new, straight from Scare Electric, one of their new releases. Oops, and I've got another what's in the box to do. So these are going to be two good videos that I'm going to be on the next. That's all, guys, I think, for this one. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.